Hi everybody, this is RockWS and today I'm reviewing the Beatles Past Masters album, which is a compilation album with all their songs from their singles and EPs appearing on one album, a double album. And this is the current version, which came out, I think it was in 2009. So this is a double compilation, but initially it came out as two separate albums, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and both albums were released on March 1988. And what I'm gonna do, there's gonna be a part 1 for this video. There's gonna be a part 1, so I'm gonna review and rate the songs from the disc 1 or volume 1 if you prefer, and for the part 2 of course I'm gonna review and rate the songs from the disc 2 or volume 2. And at the very end of the part 2 of this video, I'm gonna rate the whole album, as a double album. So it was a great idea making this album with all their songs from singles and EPs, and we have so all those songs in question from singles or EPs from 1962 to 1965, and as musical influences here we have rock, pop rock or beat music influences. We have 18 songs on this compilation, on this volume 1, and let's take a look at those 18 songs in question. So the album starts with Love Me Do, which is the single version with Ringo playing on the drums, and it is as good as the Andy White version for me. Lyrically it's something very simple, but the melody is pretty nice. The harmonica gives a lot of charm to the song, and I would give it a 9 out of 10. Next song is From Me to You. Nice melody. I like the chord in the middle part, for the middle 8, the chord progression, and I would give it another 9 out of 10. Next song is Thank You Girl, and you know all those songs here are the original UK recordings, so we have all those mono mix. But for Thank You Girl, I prefer the US version from the Beatles' second album, but it's a nice song anyway. Really like the harmonica, the whole melody, and I think I would give it at least a 9 out of 10. Next song is She Loves You. I love the energy of the song, I love the drums, and it's a 10 out of 10. Next song is I'll Get You, and I always love that song, even if it's very simple. It's something very simple lyrically, but I always love the melody, the harmonica, and you know that part, well, there's gonna be a time when you're gonna change your mind, something like that. And for me it's a 10 out of 10. Okay, next song is I Wanna Hold Your Hand, which is a classic of course, and I love the chord progression, I love everything about it, and it's a 10 out of 10. Next song is This Boy, and I think for most of the people it would be a 10. I think that most of you would give a 10 out of 10 for this song. This is a nice melody, and the vocal harmonies are pretty good, but I think for the whole melody I would give it a 9 out of 10. Next song is Komm gib mir deine Hand, which is I Wanna Hold Your Hand in German, and this is the same melody, this is the same musical track, except that for the lyrics are in German. This is something catchy, but I just feel more familiar with the original English version. But this is something interesting. But I would give it an 8 out of 10 probably. Next song is Silly Dick, which is She Loves You in German. And for this German version, Beatles re-recorded the whole song. I mean, even for the musical track, because the EMI lost the original tape, so they re-recorded the music and of course the lyrics, those German lyrics. And I think I would give it a 7 or maybe 7.5, probably a 7 out of 10. Out of 10. I just feel that there is more energy in the original English version. Okay, next song is Long Tall Sally. This is a cover song by Paul, and Paul is on fire. Pretty good song, pretty good rock song, pretty catchy song, and it's a 10 out of 10. Next song is I Call Your Name. And this is another example like Thank You Girl. For that song, I Call Your Name, I prefer the US version, the US full stereo version from the Beatles' second album. But it's a pretty good song anyway. And the part that I love best is when John sings, "Don't you know I can take it? Na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know who can." Really like the guitar, and I would give it at least a 9, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Next song is Slow Down, another song by John. Pretty catchy song, pretty good rock song, and I would give it at least a 9. This is not something totally perfect, but I would give it at least a 9 out of 10. Next song is Matchbox. This is a cover. I think that Carl Perkins wrote that song. I'm not totally sure. But anyway, the song is sung by Ringo. Not one of my favorites on the album, but it's a good song. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Next song is I Feel Fine. And once again, I prefer the US version, the reverb version, appearing on the Beatles 65 album. But it's a pretty good song anyway. Even that version without the reverb effect is pretty good. I love the guitar riff and the whole melody, the Larson effect, and it's a 10 out of 10. Next song is She's a Woman, and once again I prefer the US version with the reverb still appearing on the Beatles 65 album. I really like the rhythm guitar, and for this version without the reverb effect, I would give it a 9 out of 10. For the reverb version, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Next song is Bad Boy, another rock song by John, pretty catchy. John is on fire. I would give it not a 10, but surely a 9 or maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Next song is Yes It Is, and once again I prefer the US version appearing on the Beatles' 6th album. I just feel that there's more echo, the echo effect on the US version. But I like that effect, I think it's a volume pedal effect. And anyway, I would give it at least a 9 or maybe 9.5 out of 10. And finally, the last song, which is I'm Down, a good rock song by Paul, catchy song. I think I would give it, it was the flip side, for the Help single, it was the flip side, the B-side, and I think I would give it a 9. Yeah, at least a 9 out of 10. So for the whole album, for the old disc 1 or the old volume 1 album, as you noticed, I gave a lot of 9 out of 10 for many songs, for most of the songs, and so that's why I would give it a 9 out of 10 for the Past Masters Volume 1 album. So that was it for my review. I hope you enjoyed, and as usually you can leave your comments, and you can thumbs up this video if you wish. So thanks for watching, and see you for my next video.